CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video. Some college football 26 news finally got released by EA this morning. Not only did we get a reveal trailer that showcased some new animations, some new stadium intros, some new player and coach models, but we also got a Campus Huddle article that I'm going to break down here and cover the top 10 most exciting new features and improvements that are coming to College Football 26. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start scrolling through the article. Of course, I will have a link to the article in the description of this video. So right off the bat, we start scrolling down here to the gameplay section of the article. And the first thing that stands out to me is some new plays and playbook schemes like Rice's Modern Option and Penn State's Gadget Heavy. So obviously last year in College Football 25, a ton of new and exciting different plays and schemes looking very different than Madden. And now they are expanding on that with another 2,800 plays. Now, obviously, it'll be yet to be seen, how good some of these plays are, whether there's something you want to include in a custom playbook, but still exciting nonetheless that this is being added to the game. Next, we got new player models, of course, with, incoming freshmen. And, of course, something that's been hinted at this week with a couple of screenshots, new real-world coaches being added to College Football 26. So one of my gripes about College Football 25 was when you started a new dynasty mode, you didn't have, Kirby Smart with Georgia. You didn't have Marcus Freeman with Notre Dame. You didn't have Ryan Day with Ohio State. The real-life coaches were not in the game. Did it really ruin the experience? Not necessarily, but it did break some of the immersion a little bit, and now we get that here going into College Football 26. Are the coach models like the best we've ever seen? No. I mean, you look at Ryan Day here, that doesn't, it looks kind of like Ryan Day. If he wasn't wearing the Ohio State shirt and baseball cap, I might not have been able to tell you right away that it was Ryan Day, but at least we have their names and some models that look sort of similar to the real-life coaches. Better than nothing at all. I will take it. That is a huge step up from last year. That they now have the rights to these coaches. Next on the list of things that are very exciting to me going into College Football 26 is dynamic substitutions. So something that was a bit of a gripe to me in College Football 25, it was very difficult, not impossible, but very difficult to make changes on the fly as far as putting in different players into a formation. So, for example, I'm not saying formation subs. I'm saying like on-the-fly substitutions. You only get a limited number of pauses per game in online games, whether that be Road to the College Football Playoffs or Online Dynasty. And so it looks like, we'll have to see what it looks like in a future gameplay release trailer or a gameplay article here, but they are stating that there is going to be a way to very quickly and easily make substitutions while you are in game that do not require the pause screen. So that would be, for example, if you are on offense and you want to make a quick substitution to your slot right wide receiver, looks like you might be able to do that on the fly without needing to pause the game. Again, we won't know for sure what that looks like until a few weeks down the road here, but that's exciting nonetheless. Now, something else that's coming to College Football 26 that is, it's exciting. I think we've all been begging for this. Going crazy with the generic drumline during College Football 25's, scrolling of the menus. We finally will not have that same generic drumline playing throughout the menus, is what I'm saying here. So it looks like they're going to bring team-specific band music for each of the teams, depending on, which team is marked as your favorite team in the main menu, or perhaps in Dynasty, which team you are controlling. It looks like those teams' fight songs will be playing on loop while you are in the menus, as opposed to that generic drumline from last year in College Football 25. So that's pretty exciting. In addition to that, of course, they've got some new school-specific chants. They stated right here, and you hear it in the reveal trailer. They got Metallica's Enter Sandman. They got some other new PA tracks. They didn't really specify how many, so I'm going to keep my expectations low there. And I suggest you all do the same. But at least we will not be hearing Mo Bamba playing multiple times a game from every single team's PA system. It looks like we will now have a little bit more variety, perhaps. Perhaps. Yet to be seen, but it seems like they are hinting at the fact that we are not going to be hearing the same 2 or 3 songs on repeat the entire game. I hope. That seems to be what they're alluding to here. And of course, scrolling through the main menus, going through recruiting, I found myself multiple times just muting the game because the drumline on repeat was just driving me crazy to a certain point. It was cool at first, but I'm glad that's being removed. So really exciting to see that. Something else that is being added to College Football 26, something that was a feature in previous college football games before College Football 25, all the way back to the old NCAA games in the 2010s. The trophy room is back, where you can show off different trophies that you've earned playing across the different modes. We're talking about Dynasty, we're talking about Road to Glory, all of the different, rivalry games you've won, all of the different championships you've won, bowl games, you name it. Pretty exciting. Finally, a way to track your progress in the different modes and look back on it. That was one of my biggest gripes in College Football 25, not being able to see what you have done in the modes, especially in Dynasty. How many championships have you won? How many times did you win the head-to-head matchup versus your opponent? So, like your rival, I'm saying. So, pretty exciting stuff there. Next, we have some Dynasty information. Pretty bare-bones Dynasty information, but some big information nonetheless. They are saying that the transfer portal has been expanded, that they've made it more unpredictable as it is in real life. We've seen all kinds of chaos and drama going on with the real-life transfer portal. We saw the situation with that Tennessee quarterback transferring to UCLA, which led the UCLA quarterback to transfer, I believe, to Tennessee. It's all kinds of insanity going on out there right now in the college football landscape, and it looks like they are trying to introduce some of that into College Football 26. Now, they don't mention anything about NIL. They don't mention anything about, winning players over with bags of cash, but it looks like at least the unpredictability of it will be marked up a bit for College Football 26. Another interesting and exciting feature, which is something that I think a lot of us have been asking for as well. Crossplay is being added to College Football 26. Now, of course, PC is not available, or you can't play College Football 25 or 26 on PC. However, you can play on the Xbox Series X or S or PlayStation 5. And although you are able to play quick matches versus your friends across the two consoles, you couldn't play Dynasty. But now it looks like they are finally adding that, and it's going to be enabled by default. You can play with your friends on Xbox if you're on PlayStation and vice versa. So that is really exciting. I'm glad they added that feature finally. It didn't seem like it would be anything too difficult to enable, but they finally brought it on. So great news there. And the most anticipated and exciting announcement, at least in my mind, as someone that played a lot of College Football 25, formation subs are being added to the game, in addition to protected opponent settings. This is for Dynasty. I would assume formation subs would be available in the quick play modes as well, and on the road to playoffs mode, the online quick match mode that we have in College Football 25 and 26. But yeah, in College Football 26, formation subs. This is something that should have been in the game to begin with. And the fact that this has to be a big announcement, I mean, it's hilarious. But yes, we finally get formation subs back into the college football game. Huge, huge, huge announcement. Especially if you are a big Dynasty player, to be able to have different players set as, on the depth chart based on the formation that is being presented. I mean, do I even need to go into details on this? Protected opponent setting. So last year in College Football 25, when you're setting schedules, custom schedules, the game automatically chose which opponents were protected rivalry games and which ones were not. And it looks like, I don't know if this means you can just turn that on or off, or if this means that you can adjust which opponents are set as protected opponents. But nonetheless, even if it's just a simple turn on or off feature, this is still great, especially if you're doing custom conferences and are no longer interested in, let's say, Notre Dame's a great example because they're an independent school, and adding, like, let's say you chose to add them to the Big Ten. Perhaps you want to get rid of the protected rivalry with Stanford, so that this enables you to make that change without any hassle if it's just a quick on-off switch as opposed to choosing the protected opponents. So that's pretty nice to see. Road to Glory, it looks like they're going to be adding high school gameplay. You see the image here with the 3 hats, the recruit choosing between Alabama, Miami, and Penn State. So they are, stating here, build your highlight tape as a high school player to earn an offer from your dream school. And then you got this little hat ceremony, so perhaps some kind of cutscene or something here. But finally, we're getting high school gameplay added back to Road to Glory. That was something that wasn't in the game last year, and there was something that was in previous NCAA games back in the 2010s. And last but not least, for those of you that like to create custom teams, custom team branding in College Football 25, you'll be able to import all of that into College Football 26. You won't have to redo all of the art, all the designs that you created for College Football 25. You can just bring that right over into 26. So those are the top 10 new improvements and features being brought on to College Football 26 that I believe are the most exciting. Let me know what stood out to you in the comment section down below.